So this is a small video overview of the Neewer nw-700 condenser microphone. Now it's going to be my replacement for doing some voiceover work, whether that be podcasts or videos, rather than using these Skullcandy Slayers. They're a few years old now. They've got a boom mic on them. They sound okay, but they don't sound great. I was just looking to improve my audio, so I decided I'd pick up one of the Neewer nw-700s. So let's take a small look. So the newer nw-700, I know that is not the one shown on screen, but the kits keep changing unfortunately on Amazon, even from your previous orders. But basically you get more or less the same thing in it. The microphones are quite similar from what I've seen for other reviews, so we're just going to leave this one in as is. So this is actually the 8000, I believe, but again it sounds very similar. And there's a couple of differences, but I'll point those out as we go. So with the kit, I only paid $34.99 for the kit, and that came with the arm that holds the microphone. It also came with the microphone itself, the pop filter. It came with the shock mount. It came with a wind cover for it as well, and it came with an XLR to 3.5mm auxiliary cable rather than a USB cable. USB would certainly be easier, and it'd probably be easier for providing the power. Mine, unfortunately, with the 3.5mm jacks, wasn't enough to provide a lot of power to the microphone without me having to crank the gain on it just to get a decent volume out of it. Problem with that then became a lot of noise in the background, a lot of hissing. So to get round about that, what I did was I purchased one of these. This is a Sabrent USB stereo sound adapter, and that cut it pretty much a good amount of hiss and noise out of it. Now, the kit that I had bought with this one doesn't show that there's one included, but I had picked up one that had one of the 48 volt phantom powers, and it's not too bad. It certainly adds a lot of kind of volume to the microphone without adding a lot of noise, but only through the USB microphone. So I'm going to jump into Audacity, and I'm going to show you some of the recordings that I've done for the testing for it, and I'll explain just the recordings for it, alright? Okay, so let me take you through what I've set up for my testing methodology. So what you're looking at is Audacity, which is audio editing software. And this is just the raw recordings. I haven't done any manipulation to them other than what I have done is at the end of them I've threw in an NVIDIA RTX audio option. So if you don't know what NVIDIA RTX audio is, basically it's a sound AI for NVIDIA RTX cards. Although you can get it working on previous models, that eliminates background noise. Some of the demonstrations for it are absolutely fantastic. That involves people using hair dryers and leaf blowers and big massive fans in their faces whilst recording, and it shows it cutting that out completely. Now I don't have any of those things here with me at the moment, and quite honestly my child is sleeping in the other room, so I'm just simply gonna click my fingers through it, and you'll see that in the demonstrations. I'll jump between the audio tracks and show you the differences, and I'll explain what you're actually seeing. So straight off the bat, I have got 3 audio tracks here, and I've done everything in the one audio track for each of them. So what I've done here is, it shouldn't sound much different, but this is the top one is the Skullcandies. So it's going to show you just bare microphone. It's going to show you it with RTX enabled. It's going to show you it with RTX disabled with me clicking, and then it's going to show you with RTX enabled with me clicking. So if you just take a wee listen to this. This is an audio recording on the Skullcandy Slayer boom mic. This is using non-NVIDIA RTX audio. This is a recording on the Skullcandy Slayer boom mic. This is using NVIDIA RTX audio. This is the Skullcandy headphones with no RTX audio enabled. This is the Skullcandy Slayer with RTX audio enabled. So as you can see there, the difference between switching the headset microphone anyway to NVIDIA RTX when there was no background noise, there wasn't much of a difference. The sound became just a little bit flatter, but not massively noticeable. And then when I got to the section where you were listening to just the boom mic and you heard the clicking, it was quite, sorry for anyone wearing headphones, it was quite prominent. Whereas when RTX was enabled, that was completely dissipated. That was eliminated from the audio itself, and you were left with just clean audio, and it worked really well. So what I'll do is we're going to mute that track, and I'm going to show you the bottom one first. So this is just a recording of this microphone here, the Neewer nw-700, and this is only using the 3.5mm jack. Now, the main difference for me anyway was I don't think my computer can quite honestly power the 3.5 as well as it should. And that'll be a problem for a lot of people, especially if you decide to use the likes of these on laptops. And it resulted basically in a very low volume. Now, I didn't do a test with the gain cranked because I just wanted to show you what it was like just plugged in, nothing changed, nothing tweaked, just so you can see the audio difference. So I'm just going to play the bottom one. And again, it's a very similar test. You'll hear it without NVIDIA RTX. So you hear it by itself, you hear it with RTX audio enabled. You'll hear it with RTX audio disabled with the clicking, and then you'll hear it enabled with the clicking, okay?
This is a test on the Neewer nw-700 microphone through aux input from XLR only. This is a test with the Neewer nw-700 microphone using NVIDIA RTX and 3.5mm aux only. NVIDIA RTX disabled through 3.5mm. NVIDIA RTX enabled through 3.5mm.
Okay, so with that one, as you noticed, it was very quiet compared to the boom mic. So even if we just play the start here,
this is a test on the Neewer,
and we'll unmute and mute. This is an audio record. So you notice that the boom mic, this is an audio recording on the Skullcan, is quite a bit louder.
from XLR only.
Although I wouldn't say it's clearer as such, it's got a different kind of tone to it, if you will. But also with the 3.5mm only, I don't know if you heard it at the very end, but it didn't fully take out the clicks. So you can still hear
3.5mm. NVIDIA RTX enabled through 3.5mm.
So you can still hear a couple of them getting through. So again, that is only beta AI, so it might not work on absolutely everything, but so far I've had extremely good success with it. So last but not least, this is the USB, sorry, not USB, my apologies. This is the phantom power through 3.5 and USB adapter. So this is using pretty much everything that was purchased, and this is the difference and the loudness mainly. So let's have a wee look, and it's again similar test. No RTX, RTX enabled, RTX not enabled with clicking, and then RTX enabled with clicking. All right.
This is a test on the Neewer nw-700 microphone. This is using the USB adapter and the phantom power. How does it sound? This is a test with the Neewer nw-700 microphone with NVIDIA RTX enabled. This is a test with the Neewer nw-700 microphone, no NVIDIA RTX. This is a test with the nw-700 Neewer microphone with NVIDIA RTX enabled.
Okay, so as you can see there, quite a big difference in the sound quality from the volume standpoint. I haven't cranked any gain settings, I haven't changed anything at all, I simply just plugged it all in, that was it. So it was definitely a lot louder than it was on 3.5mm, as you could hear, big difference, you can even see it in the size of the audio waves here. And going to the NVIDIA RTX, so when we're moving from here, you'll notice as soon as it goes onto the RTX track, the background noise is more or less completely eliminated. So take a wee listen.
Sound. This is a test with the Neewer.
So again, it just eliminates that hiss without even doing noise reduction, which is really smart, but it does flatten the audio slightly. So you can see that it's changed it just slightly. So even if you look at that part there, just slightly, but enough. But if you look and see the difference between the two of them, so this is the Skull Candies again. This is an audio recording on the Skull. Okay. And then this is the nw-700.
This is a test on the Neewer nw-700.
So again, there is quite a difference in the actual audio
This
itself.
is an
audio recording on the Skull Candy Slayer boom mic. So the boom mic doesn't sound bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it sounds like a more
This is a test on the Neewer nw-700 mic.
Natural sound on the Neewer nw-700, and again, that's without anything done to it. Now, you could, without NVIDIA RTX enabled, if you just wanted to use the standard microphone, you do have your options on there to add effects. So even if we did like a noise reduction itself on just the first portion of the track, it should sound very similar to what the RTX option sounds like. So,
some power. How does it sound? This is a test on the Neewer nw-700 microphone.
See, and that is just by doing a noise reduction. So if you have like an AMD card, an RX or an RT model or whichever the case may be, you can still do essentially the same thing without the NVIDIA technology. And again, that is a beta. I'm finding it has bugs here and there, but essentially, overall, I'm very, very happy with this microphone. Don't get me wrong, it does require some tweaking here and there to get it to sound the way that you want when you're doing specific things. So obviously you're going to change it up a little bit when you're doing the likes of a podcast and so forth. And there are filters you can add on while you're using OBS Studio or just OBS. And if it's something you're doing in post, even better. You just record your audio track separately or extract it using whichever Adobe software or whichever freeware you found, and it'll allow you to change and manipulate the audio just that little better. And again, it seems to be quite a high quality mic for what price you pay for it. If you can get yourself a kit using the likes of one of the ones that have like a phantom power enabled, I would highly, highly recommend it. It is certainly just one of the better ones to use, just because it gives you that audio boost. So, microphone kit. So let's just have a wee search on Amazon. And again, as you can see, you can pick them up cheap enough. Some of them will range in their prices, but there's one at £45. It's a cheaper one there, a BM800 apparently for £24.99, but I don't see any phantom power enabled with it. So just have a wee look on Amazon, have a wee look on eBay. Round about the kind of £30-40 mark is what you're going to find for it, and it'll give you slightly better sound and audio. And if you want to do any kind of voiceover work, you've got it there and you can manipulate it, and it'll be a little bit less work than using the likes of one of these. So, in my opinion, was it worth it? Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I do wish, quite honestly though, just from the difference what I'm hearing voice-wise anyway, is I would probably have went for the BM800. But quite honestly, once you actually have one of the cheaper kits, even if it's not a BM800 you go with originally, maybe the nw-700 is on special. This one was, which is why I bought it. But you can always pick up that microphone by itself cheaper at a later date, and then you just change it out. You've already got the arm, you've already got the pop filters, you've already got your wind covers, you've even got your, just unplug that here, you've got your phantom power as well. It seems to make a night and day difference, that's all I'm saying. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps someone at least picking a microphone, or if you're thinking about picking one of these up. I like it. It's good. It's not too bad at all. So, thank you for watching. I very, very much appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated also. And until next time, have a lovely day.